Greetings everyone and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back with our look back at a classic rock album, our normal show for a Monday night. Tonight we're doing a look back at this classic rock album, Gentle Giant's debut album. Fantastic album, love it. It's one of my favorites already, and it's only been around maybe 5 or 6 months I've been listening to it now. It just came out of my playlist, and today I decided to do it as well. So this album was released November 27th, 1970 on the Trident Studio. Was recorded at Trident Studios in London. It's 37 minutes long on the Vertigo record label and was produced by Tony Visconti. Yes, the Tony Visconti. So there are 6 members in the band in Gentle Giant at this point in time on their debut album. We have Gary Green on lead and 12-string guitars and backing vocals. We have Kerry Minier on Hammond organ, many Moog synthesizers, mellotron, electric and acoustic piano, timpani, xylophone, vibraphone, cello, bass, and lead and backing vocals. Yeah, plays just about everything that moves that could be played. Derek Shulman, lead and backing vocals as well as bass. Phil Shulman, trumpet, alto and tenor sax, descant, treble and tenor recorder, lead and backing vocals as well. Ray Shulman, who plays bass, electric and acoustic guitars, violin and violins, so he plays multiples, triangle and backing vocals, and then finally Martin Smith on drums, brush, snare drum, so he uses a brush on it basically. So that is the album that we're doing today, Gentle Giant's debut album. I think this is a really solid album. Today, when I was making notes about it, I realized how much better it is than I originally had thought, too. So you've got... I need my glasses to see some of my notes while we go along here. So you got 7 tracks on here. Well, basically, you've got 6. The last one is kind of an ode to the Queen, which isn't really... I don't think it's really considered a song on the album. You have Giant, which is a kind of a catchy and quirky sound to it, the whole song that is, and the violins are great on this tune. I like this tune a lot. Gave it a 7, and not really the highest song on the album, but still a really good opener for another great album. Funny Ways is the next, probably one of my favorite Gentle Giant songs. I really think this is a classic song by them. Definitely has that Gentle Giant sound to it. I think it's got, just has that classical Gentle Giant sound to it. The vocals are, of course, really good on this tune as well. I believe it's Derek singing here. Next up is Acucard. I think that's how you say it. I might be wrong with that one. Some great instrumentation here on this track. Just fantastic. Some nice vocal overlapping between the 2 singers. Some really good catchy guitar parts on this as well. And the solo is very good. The guitar soloing is just exceptional, I think, on this track. The next song out of the list is Isn't Out and Cold. I don't know if I got that right, so just let me check. I'll look on the album. I don't think I copied it right. Isn't It Quiet and Cold? Yeah, I don't know what the hell I wrote there, but Isn't It Quiet and Cold? Yeah, this is possibly one of my favorite tracks on this album. I think it's probably my favorite or close to it. Definitely an upper echelon Gentle Giant song. Slow intro with some nice parts to it. Some old-fashioned kind of sounding violins here. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I almost want to say fiddle, but it isn't fiddle. Phil is the vocalist on this particular track. His voice is a little bit more subdued than than Derek's was. But they're very similar voices, just one of them is more straight, hard pressed, and the other one is a little bit more subdued. The xylophone on this is really good. It's one of my favorite parts of the song. And I believe that's Kerry Minier playing that as well. Okay, so then you have Nothing at All, which is the kind of the, if those four songs are the side one of the original vinyl, this would be the opener on side two. Nothing at All. This is the song that, if any songs that they do sounds like a Genesis song, it's this one. This one has that Genesis feel to it. The guitar sound is very much like that. The vocal sound as well. It almost would fit on the Trespass album. It's very similar to that style. I don't know. Even the vocalists sound a little bit like Peter Gabriel here. So pretty Genesis like this one. And it's the twin vocals here of Phil and Derek at their best, I think. Really catchy song. The drum part is good at bringing the bill up to the second half of the song. Like, how do I say it? The song kind of slows a bit, and then the drums come in. They build it up and bring in the second part of the song, which is really, really good. So that is probably my favorite song on the album. But it's arguable. There's a couple of others that are close. Why Not is one of them as well. That's the second track, or the last full track on this album. Really good, strong vocals by Derek. Very frontal. Among the strongest vocals on this album, I think. The beat is really catchy. I like the beat a lot. Guitars and bass are very strong, very forward. And the solo is also very good and very strong. There's an organ and flute part that bring this kind of pastoral or mystic or folky sound or element to this song. And that's why it's one of the songs, just such a good song, and it really shows the range of what Gentle Giant was capable of doing, especially at the beginning when they had all six of the guys playing different stuff. They could do a lot of stuff that a lot of bands couldn't. Some really good, some really top line kind of Gentle Giant songs here too. I do like Gary Green's guitar playing on this album. I really find it to be strong. The soloing is excellent, but it's all those little instruments on the back, like the trumpet, the piccolo, the recorders, a little bit of the sax, all by Phil, and then also like all those violin parts by Ray Shulman, both excellent. And then the xylophone solo is so good. It's amazing this guy can play keyboards and play the xylophones, two completely different instruments. He plays them so well too. Got that percussion element going with that keyboard element mixed together. Yeah, just a fantastic album with a lot of progressive sound to it, a lot of different instrumentation. You'll never get bored of this album because every time you listen to it, you're going to hear something you missed the first time. That's just the way it is with these guys. So there you go. That's the album for Monday night's look back at a classic rock album. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe. Any comments about the Gentle Giant's debut or album, or Gentle Giant, or anything I've said, or anything about the instrumentation, or anything you want to talk about, you can put those in the comments section down below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified of this content and get to watch something else as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you next Monday night on Monday night's look back at a classic rock album. Take care. Bye.